I met him last April, and we're already set to walk down the aisle. And he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Back to my channel. You guys, please, if you're not engaging with my videos, if you're not liking them, please start liking them right now. I'm begging. As you can see, I've been pushing content out back to back, and I was just on the phone with my cousin telling her how I'm like so discouraged, how I'm working so hard at YouTube, but like I don't know why you guys are not watching. And so I decided to change it up, you know, do more talking videos. She was telling me, some of you may already know her. Her name is Nello. She's Nello Okeke on YouTube here. I'm sure some of you are here because of her. And she was telling me that I don't really show you guys who I am, and I don't talk about my life. I'm not personal. I'm like forming tush girl and all these things. And she was right. Like, I've gotten this comment from a couple of friends actually that my YouTube channel is not so different from me, but like it's like I'm not showing the real me. So I decided to, you know, remove the face mask, remove the barrier, just come to you guys as the real me, as the real Nazom. Hey, if I give you guys my personality, people can't take it too. Anyway, so today I decided to start with a topic that is like personal to me. I decided to talk about how I met my man. Some of you already know from my moving back to Nigeria video that I met my boo and I'm engaged now. In fact, I should have been married in just a few weeks, but Corona did not allow. So we are dealing with it. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys how I met my man. I'm going to talk about like arranged marriages, being introduced to a guy, a girl, how it worked out for us. Okay, so in fact, the reason why I went to my parents' house was not even like clear, because first of all, it wasn't like a visit that was completely necessary. I feel like my dad wanted me to come, and then he was telling me about how there's someone and that he's not forcing anything. In fact, that's why he did exchange our numbers, that the guy is going to come and do something. Like, he happens to be in the same town as well, and he's just going to come and, you know, do something, and that I should talk to him. If I like, I should give him my number. If I don't like, I should not give. And I was like, okay. So normally I'm the kind of person that would say, God forbid to arrange marriages. I thought it was the worst thing to ever exist. But I'm from Nnewi, and where I'm from, it's a very common practice. Like, there's always this uncle, this auntie, this father, this mother that feels like their son will match you, and they will try and connect you. And in my experience, it has worked. Like, for a lot of people that I even know personally, at least 3 or 4 people, you know, my cousin, so many people. When I mean arranged marriages, I mean like introduction. Oh, come, meet this guy, meet this guy. I think you guys would be great for each other. And if you knew me, or if you know me personally, you know that this is something that I've been so against all my life. I'll be like, no, like, your parents should not be involved in your love life. Like, what do they know? Kiniko. When I was a young girl, I didn't know anything. But then as I grew older, I figured that it's very hard in this dating world. Like, as a grown-up, if you're looking for a partner, it's just too stressful. At a wedding, what do you know about the person? Like, you don't even know how many girlfriends he has. I have too many people that have had bad experiences with guys that they just met randomly. You know, and all these things they say love at first sight, it doesn't really work. At least not in my experience. So, like, I started to become more open-minded, and trust me, I came from a relationship whereby, like, I believed in fact, it was still introduction. So I met my ex through a friend, and then suddenly, when I became single for a while, I started thinking that, okay, maybe this introduction thing will not be so bad. You know, I became a bit more open-minded. And then all of a sudden, because my parents know me now, they know my mouth was too loud, like, because I talk about introduce them to anybody. I need them, all those kind of things. I'm a modern babe. But the truth is, hey, my dad asked me to come and collect something. I needed something, I think, for processing a visa or something for him, and he asked me to come and collect it. Now, I thought that was weird. First of all, like, you can send it to me like you always do. Why do I have to come all the way to the house to collect it? And then when I came back, he now told me that, as of now, my dad is not someone that meddles in anyone's love life. Like, my parents don't meddle because, of course, they know me now. My mouth is sharp. I've always been saying how I'm anti any introduction. And then they told me, like, Nazom, okay, when this guy be about, you know, I would have given him your number, but I don't think he's right. Now, he should be giving out numbers of people. Now, my dad is someone that has hooked up like at least 3 of my family members, and they all worked out. So first of all, like, I already knew where this was going, But he told me, oh, that the guy will come today. If I'm interested, I should just talk to him. If I'm interested, I should give him my number. If not, it's fine. Like, no strings attached and no bad feelings. And I was like, okay. At that point, I already knew what the whole visit was for. And then the guy came. We talked some more. First of all, he was supposed to come like, my dad didn't tell me when he was coming, so I didn't know if to prepare. I didn't know if to just stay like that. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know if the guy would be worth my time. Like, should I be preparing for him? Like, like, should I look cute? All these kind of things. In fact, I didn't even travel back with my makeup, because most times when I go to see my family, I really don't travel back with my makeup, because in my head, what's the point? Is it for my brother? When I'm cooking for my brother, I'll be wearing makeup. You get that kind of thing. So, and I'll just just chilled. And then around like 8 p.m. or so, or 7 p.m., they just told me that, oh, someone is here to see me. And then I saw some guy. I have no clue who he is. I've never seen him before. But because my dad already told me someone was going to come, I knew, a stranger was going to come and find me. And then when I met him, like, he was okay. He didn't even look that cute. He was just like a regular guy, And we sat down, we talked. And he seemed so straightforward. In my head, I was just like, this guy that's coming to meet me for the first time, he just sounded like this, not even trying to pretend. He was saying some things that I was just like, shouldn't you at least be like more, mince your words? He was just so straightforward to the point, and was just talking like I was just any random person. But, at the end of that conversation, I felt like a lot of mixed feelings. Like, do I even want to give him my number? I'm not sure. But I just gave him my number anyway. We exchanged numbers, and I didn't think much about it. So the next morning now came, and my dad was like, oh, how was the conversation? I was like, I don't know how I feel. I just feel like we may be kind of different, but I admired like how straight to the point and how honest he was. It didn't seem like he had any time for bullshit, so to say. And my dad said, okay, that's cool. And then later that morning, around like 11 a.m., he called and he asked me, oh, what was I up to? We just talked, and he came back that day again. And guys, he stayed till like 7 p.m. We were just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And I was just like, okay, this guy is not so bad. Oh. He's not so bad. In my mind, I was just like, how can it be? Like someone I met through my parents, how can it be? I was going with the flow. Then that night again, I think we were supposed to leave the next morning. And that night, like, we were stuck to the phone. We were just talking about anything and everything. And I didn't feel bored. And I just loved how real and authentic he was. And for me, at that point, I was still like, well, whatever. I won't even give this guy attention. I was just trying to talk to him and whatever. My dad was still curious, like, how's it going? My mom, too, would call me on the phone, like, oh, did you see this person today? I heard. And I was just like, I beg you, people should leave me alone. And then he left the next morning. I too left the next morning, back to our separate towns. At the point, I was living in Abuja and he was living in Lagos. But then, like, we were inseparable over the phone. Like, we were always talking. And in my head, I thought, Chinazom, you that you be so against all this connection. How can it be that you met someone through your dad and you're actually liking this guy? Like, he's not that bad. I mean, it's not like he was perfect. I found little things here and there that I was not comfortable with. But like ultimately, this is not atom, and I could see myself like falling into that hole. Like I could see myself really liking the guy. At this point, I was already calling my friends like, hey. And they were all like, oh, just take it easy. And to backtrack a little bit, to tell you a little bit about my background, I'm someone that always tell my friends, like, if you meet someone, just go straight to the point. I don't have all this time for, oh, we are getting to know each other. Oh, I've been talking to him for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and there's no definition to it. I'm always like, there's no point to that. If a guy is not telling you what his intentions are, if you yourself, you don't know what the intentions for the goal for the whole relationship or talking is, then there's no point. Like, don't waste your time. Move on. Because at the end of the day, in my head, I felt like if I'm talking to a guy here, I know that it's for something. Like, there has to be an end goal in sight. I cannot just be wasting my time because I'm a babe. I know I'm a babe, and there's many men out there. I want to get married. I want to have kids. There's many men out there that know what they want from me. Yeah, and I'm a relationship type of girl. Like, I like to spend time with my guy, and I like to get to know him, and I like, the whole relationship bit. So if I'm just going to be talking to someone for the sake of whiling away time, it's not for me. I knew that much. Yeah, and I'm an advocate for that. And then Base started telling me that, oh, so far he thinks I'm interesting, and like he didn't expect this to be this way, but like he actually wants to see where things go. And me myself, I was feeling the boy at the point, so we both said, okay, let's just see how it goes. And that's how I fell in love with. That's how sis fell in love. It didn't even take me a month, and I was already like in my feelings. I was obsessive already, and I didn't even know why. I never expected this, but the good thing about it is that I didn't have to worry about a lot of things, like because he came from my village, and because he came from people that I already knew, I could easily ask around, or like, oh, do you know this guy? And one of my cousin's husband even told me, man, Nazam, if it's this guy, dive in love, like he's so good, and I've never heard anything about him. Hey God, immediately I heard that one, I was like, Jesus Christ, so you mean there's still guys like this out there? I was like, wow. And immediately I dove into love, because I just opened up, like any barriers that I had to the whole relationship just went down. I just like became open to it, and I truly saw the guy that he was, and I started to see that I was even lucky to find him in the first place. In the midst of all this, of course, my dad would call me and be like, hey, Nazam, how far? Like, in a feel like the boy. I'm like, Daddy, I'm just have a good marker for now. And he'd be like, okay. So everyone was curious. My sister would ask me, my mom would ask me, even Nello would ask me, and I would have like mixed answers. My brother, being the protective guy that he is like, that's me, you're quite careful, oh. You never know all these things, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. But at some point, I just realized that, like in the mornings I was looking forward to talking to this guy, in the night I was looking forward to talking to him. Every time we were always talking, and I realized that he quickly became such a huge part of my life. Like even when I went to culinary school, he was there for me through every step, and I was like, wow, so is this how it is? That one really changed my mind. And I realized that if you're one of those people that always say, like, I'm not open to introduction, my dear, cancel that mindset. Let me tell you why. First things first, if any of your family members or your close friends are going to introduce you to someone, first of all, they vetted the person on your behalf. They make sure that the guy can probably take care of you, your needs, the basic things. They make sure it's coming from a good background, a good family, at least that your mentality match on some extent. They feel like you guys will be compatible. So all this too much investigation into his life is already cut out. They've already done all that work for you. Like they probably mean well for you. So at the very least, give the person a chance, because you never know. And so, like, from my experience, most of these guys are not so bad. You just have to be open-minded and truly give it a chance. Then if it doesn't work, fine. In my own case, it worked beautifully well. Like, I met my man, and I'm so happy that I met him. If I was not open-minded, I doubt I would have met him, but I was, and I met him. So, as I was saying, that's how, like, we started talking all the time, and we fell in love, and he started telling me about how, like, he actually sees himself marrying me. How do I feel about that? And I said, as a girl that I am, you have to do guy. But the truth is, it's not in my nature to do guy. Like, I'm so real. If I want something, I want it. If I don't, I don't want it. Like, it's that simple with me. I don't know how to be all this in between. And luckily for me, he didn't even have time for all that. He was so straight to the point as well. And so I just told him that, yeah, I'm kind of feeling him. That, I really don't think that would be a bad idea. That he's someone that I think I can, not I think, I believe I can do the rest of my life with. And that was how he was still do. This was already like 6 months down the line. So you best believe that 6 months after I met a guy I barely knew, I was already ready to walk down the aisle with him. Like, that's how much I already knew. And the truth is, like, you can date someone for 2 years, you can date someone for 3 years, but you never really know. It's always a gamble nonetheless. Like, I'm sure we've all had past where we've been with people for several years and it still doesn't end in marriage, And it's not like marriage is the goal, but like you want to be with someone that there's a concrete future with, And so that's how we started planning. At this, of course, immediately I got back, we met families and whatnot, and everybody's like, okay. And luckily for me, his family loved me. My family too love him. Oh, so everything done gel. That's the beauty of connections. Most times, like, the families are already going to be on track with the connection. You don't have to do too much explaining. It's not like all this anti-tribal interfaith. It's not like all this interfaith, intertribe marriages. All the explaining is already done for you. Everybody's excited, and to think that I, Chinazom, will be marrying someone that is from Navy, and like, from a family connection. I don't think so, but hey, it shows me that anything is possible. Anything is really possible, because I was so anti it for no good reason, and now I'm getting married to the love of my life, and I'm so excited. Like, you guys have no idea. It's just a pity that this coronavirus is preventing us from getting married ASAP, but we're still gonna do it. In fact, we're technically already married. It's just for the ceremony, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, you guys, don't be against arranged marriages. Don't be against any introductions. You really never know where your boo is going to come from. At least if you're a single girl in your 20s, early late 20s, just be open-minded. If someone said they want to connect to someone, ask questions, and talk to the person. You never know. If there's a vibe, go for it. If there's none, then maybe you can dump it, but at least try. Because like these days, people that you meet outside, you really don't know anything about them, and how safe is it really? And if a guy is talking to you forever without telling you what he wants, and he's not making it clear if he wants something serious or not, then, or he doesn't communicate how he feels about you, then there's no point in it though. My dear, my sister, keep your options open and keep moving on, because a guy that wants you will always tell you he wants to marry you. Look at me now. Like, once we spoke to each other and we figured that okay, we're actually suitable for each other, we start going for it, and now we're getting married, and we found each other, and we're so happy to have found each other, and I'm so lucky, he's so lucky, everybody's just having positive feelings, and that's the goal ultimately. Like, anyway guys, that's it for this video. So I just went from 0 to 100. I just gave it to you guys. I hope that you start engaging with my videos more, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, like it, so that I'll know the kind of videos I should be doing more. If you guys like talking videos, I'm going to be doing it. So I'm going to have videos uploaded starting today. Apart from today, I'm going to have videos uploaded every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so please Sunday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, stick to my channel, subscribe, like, let me know any other video ideas you want to see in the comment section, and I'll sure get to it. And if you're from the Luz channel, welcome. I already love you guys, and thank you for coming here, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Okay, bye.